What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, and back with some more Bad Religion, and we're back with another Bad Religion album I haven't yet reacted to. It's a Bad Religion album I just got replaced. We're going to listen to the second of, or the fourth, sorry. I was thinking the second of the two Atlantic era albums that I had replaced. But yeah, this is from 2000. It's called New America. Now, this is not the original cover. This is a reissue, and it was a reissue that I guess was like reissued in Europe. But when I went on Amazon to replace it, this was the one that was, most economically available, like in mint condition. So yeah, like I said, it's from 2000. This is a reissue on Epitaph, though. It was originally on Atlantic. It's during the period when they were on Atlantic, but again, when they reissued this, it's now officially part of the Epitaph catalog, I guess. It's interesting though, this was the original cover, and indeed I recently put the cover up on my music wall here, and so yeah, this cover I think is like a new redesign for the re-release. I feel like it's actually even more relevant than the other cover. But yeah, ultimately we're going to listen to a song called A Street Kid Named Desire. Now, I know this album. I did listen to it back in the day. As I said, I don't know the Atlantic albums quite as well as the other ones because during the period they were on Atlantic, I was sort of paying attention to some other things. Again, it's like when I was starting to play rave parties, and so part of it was that, and I was still following other bands, and I still did enjoy them during this period, but it wasn't until Process of Belief that my real excited love of Bad Religion was sort of rekindled. So I don't know this album as well, so when I went to oh, what song should I react to when I got it replaced, I couldn't really remember a lot of the lyrics, so the lyrical analysis on this one is basically non-existent because I don't really remember a lot of the tune, but I remember enjoying this in as much as, A Street Kid Named Desire. It's a sort of play on the Streetcar Named Desire, originally a play, I think it was Tennessee Williams, but it was made in the, I think, early 50s into a very famous Hollywood film. Vivian Lee, Marlon Brando, that famous line, Stella, where he's shouting. Yeah, so that's A Streetcar Named Desire, but A Street Kid Named Desire, just that one little change makes it a very different sort of phrase. And the idea of a street kid, someone who either without any sort of adult or guardian supervision is sort of forced to kind of make a life, either crashing at other people's places or literally living out on the street and trying to make their way, which is hard for anyone, but certainly for minors it's even more difficult. And then desire, the idea of someone who is living that life, someone who is on the very bottom rungs of the socioeconomic ladder. They are going to have desire, not just for food in a direct literal sense, but a desire for maybe a better lot in life, a desire for some form of familial or social network, some form of social or maybe government support, some way to alleviate their condition or change their circumstances. So yeah, I feel like desire in that context could mean a number of different things, but they are much more dire and kind of indicative of a society, grown in the wrong way, or with, ills where people, again, minors, children essentially, at least in some context, are left to fend for themselves in a, brutal, unfeeling world. So that's what the title suggests to me, but I don't actually remember the lyrics if that's what it's about. So if this one is one that you know very well and, you have a clear angle on the lyrics, do let me know, but I'll try to catch it as we go. So let's get it. This is A Street Kid Named Desire from Bad Religion's 2000 album, The New America.
If I was never away, if my guiding went to hell, they'd go
He'll find it before it expires because he's got the desire. So like becoming jaded as one becomes older. On an empty shelf. Today is just like any other day. No fear, no restraint, no paradise. Just like any other day. No freedom, no escape. Another day, you can come with me. No conditions are there. Yep. It's cool. It wasn't quite as I remembered it. I remembered it having a sort of like energetic sound, just, you know, like a classic sort of Bad Religion song. But there was a bit more of like, again, not a ballad feel, but there was a bit more of like a sing-songy feel to the chorus and like a couple moments there than I remembered. But yeah, like I said, I think maybe there's a bit of what I was speculating about before, but I think it's more about like ultimately, you know, feeling jaded, feeling like you have no options, you have no relief or no succor, if you will, but also no opportunity, no like way to get out of that condition. So, but it sounds again like the desire like has not been extinguished, that like, you know, there's still this drive to, you know, better their condition or to find a more just world, if you will. So yeah, I have to listen to it some more and sort of like, you know, try to like reincorporate some of the themes here. Do let me know if you have an angle on this one. Yeah, and let me know if there's another song on here you'd like to hear. I just felt like I wanted to pick one to start with, but unless there's another specific suggestion, I might just go back and like start going through it at the beginning, as I've suggested that I'm going to do for the more recent Bad Religion albums, just as a way to like, you know, not get confused about which ones I haven't done. So yeah, I might do that, but like I said, if there's another one that you'd like to hear straight away, do let me know. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.